All right, people. We got ourselves a game. I am 3 down again. I've actually begun to lose a couple of games. These people, it is getting pretty close, quite a bit closer to my real rank. So now I'm focused in, lasered in, so I can destroy them. You know, I would have actually taken the upper jump here, because then I could just attack this corner, and I think the upper lower is better than the two lowers. But I guess since he's doing this, it doesn't really matter all that much. I'm going to go ahead and play this. The high 3 pincer. I think this Joseki's kind of fallen out of favor. It's definitely fallen out of favor. I don't know what he's going to do if I just kick. Would he play the 1-up? I don't know. People don't do this move very often. Oh, he actually did the kick. Okay, that makes me really happy. That's a pretty good trade for me. But then he does, I mean, he does get Sente, but this is really just odd. And this, yeah, see, that particular move, I don't know what to do. I feel like I should just invade the 3-3. So I invade here, and he just takes the corner. I think I'm just going to invade 3-3. There's not really a good... There honestly is not a very good move to take care of this one. There's not a very good move to actually take... to really like deal with this. And if he wants to kill this one now, I just don't care. And plus, I've still got the pincer and the move up if I really need it. Which I don't think I will in the future. I know I gave him a lot of influence over here, but I'll take the corner. And he still... See, that's just not something I would have done. I feel like, you know, now I'm going to get this move. I probably should have gotten the lower move. I'm going to get this move. And it can't feel good for him. I still have the cut over here. I mean, I still have this cut, and the ladder doesn't work for him. That probably isn't a good move, but still. I mean, you still have this mirror cut here. I don't know what he's going to... Okay, he does that. But then again, you know, like, if he does that, and I do something like this, I get the side. And I want to see what he does with his influence. I really want to see what he does with his influence. I mean, if he doesn't get that much territory, this is way too repetitive. That's fine. I still have the Hane on the bottom. Can he successfully attack me? I don't know. I mean, it looks like he was trying to make eyes for this group. But I don't know if he can. I mean, that group is obviously pretty strong now, but... That group is obviously pretty strong now, but, I mean... I don't really know if... I don't really know if killing me is really viable for him. I'm basically just reducing all the territory I can. He can get a couple points here and there, but... What's he gonna do, though? I guess he can cut that. Huh. Well, it's a bit of a problem. Because if he cuts that and I take the upper route, that's actually quite a bit of territory over there. But I don't want him to charge either. But I don't want to fight two groups. It might be better just to do this. Hane. Yeah, I can still do that. It's fine. I mean, that pretty much cuts out this attack, I would think. That was a little too careless of me there. But I didn't want him to cut. That didn't do anything. Don't want to make the tiger's mouth. Is he really that determined to attack this group? Guess that's the only thing he can do. I mean, the ladder doesn't work for him over there. If he tries to go down, I'm just going to go this way. Interesting move. Interesting move. I'll take the territory first and see what he does. 'Cause I don't think he can do all that much. Very interesting move. Huge fight in the center. Well, not really huge, I guess. It's a wrong mistake right there. It does give him an advantage there.
Yoyomi now starts.
Not gonna invade. Just gonna take some advantages. See what he does.
Yoyomi now starts.
I still have the cut.
Nine, 8.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get too much there. It's too scattered. It's a dangerous play I'm doing here. Might be able to kill my big group, unfortunately.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Really?
Nine, 8, 7.
Playing a game like this is kind of like playing chicken with your
4.
opponent. That's not going to work. Might have just calculated this wrong.
Nine, 8, 7.
I think I got it right, though. Yeah, I got it right. Sacrifice a couple stones to connect on back. Oh, wait, I can't. Shoot. Oh, that's troublesome. Sorry. I'm pretty sure I can make 2 eyes, though. Mission accomplished. Did have to sacrifice a lot over here. Ooh, that was a very, very tough play. Definitely had me worried there. Definitely had me worried there. This guy definitely made the game interesting. But he lost a lot of points here, so I'm not really that concerned about this right now. That was also not the right move to make. Because that lets me destroy all his territory in here and get Sente. What's he doing? Ooh, that was a big fight coalescing in the center, man. Definitely was that fight call. Oh. If I do this, he does this, I have to connect Atari up. It's no good. I just extend down. I should be fine. I lose a couple points, but that's not such a big deal. Because he had to sacrifice a couple of the points up here as well. Either way, I'm going to Atari first. Can I do this? No, I can't because I lose the Liberties race. But still going to Atari first. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that. He gets a couple points in there, but I destroyed the entire territory over here, so good, I guess. And if that is Sente for me, it's all she wrote, folks. I don't think it's actually Sente for me, though. It is Sente for me, because he made it Sente for me. Okay. It's a couple points in there. But now... Actually, you know what? Screw that. This is a lot bigger, because it secures my corner. It's not Sente, but it does secure my corner, so I will take it. That's also fairly large. But why would you do that? That's just giving me points. See, that's... Oh, never mind. That's fine. That's not Sente. I don't care if you take that. That's not even very big. This is way bigger. That's like... Yeah, that's like 9 points. It's way, way bigger. Is that... I can't tell if that's like Sente or not. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I'm not as ahead by so much. Where
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I'm not as ahead by so much where I can just ignore stuff. Where I can just like play however I want.
9, 8, 7, 6.
That's 2 liberties there. That's fine. Oh, this is huge too. Oh, you got that one. That's my bad. That's my bad. That's really big. It's actually quite large. Ah, that's my bad, man. I should have played that. Should have played that. I'm still winning by quite a lot, so I don't care. But that definitely was a lot bigger.
9, 8, 7.
There is absolutely nothing there. Is there?
9,
I don't think
8,
so.
7, 6, 5.
I think if I just play there, I'm fine. He can't push up. And he doesn't beat me on liberties. Yeah, I'm fine. Perfectly fine. Yep. Win by a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. No screw-ups, and I win. Screw-ups not allowed.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5.
There's one right there. Won about 7, 8 points, I think. It's perfectly fine. Not much can be done. Now, he did get a couple points in the closing, so I'm being careful, but still. It's 2 points right there. Point or two here. Don't massively screw up. This should be mine. But decently comfortable margin. Okay, I win. So now I am like a couple wins above losses. But let's go back on this game. This is an interesting game. This is definitely an interesting game. This is about sacrificing your stones. Sacrificing your stones. He made a wrong move, obviously. But this is about sacrificing your stones to actually connect your group once you have enough territory. See, like, this was a very, very dangerous play by me. This move right here, because he's already got me kind of surrounded. This move right here was very dangerous. Now, he didn't really have that much of a choice. He could have done this instead, but that would leave him kind of weak and very hard for him to attack my group up here. So once he chose to do what he actually did, like, he basically had no choice but to kill me because he wasn't going to get enough points otherwise. So he did that. This Hane was Sente, and it makes at least one eye here. So that's why I did that. Of course, connect. I don't really know why he did that. I think if he just did this, I would have been in real trouble. I mean, I probably would have tried to do something like this, because if he goes elsewhere, this is a kill. So he would have to answer. Not really sure how he would answer. Probably not this, because then this disconnects a move. But, you know, like, if he answered, it's very hard for me to actually make an eye. And if I do, he gets a lot more territory down here. So it's going to be very, very hard for me to actually do anything here. So I think that he definitely made a mistake in there. There's really not much I can do here. So that move was actually pretty critical. I think, like, answering, like, doing, like, when I connected, that should have been the play. So when I connected, that was a mistake. I mean, there's really not that much I can do there. Once again, like, he does this. I'm not really sure what I would have done. I don't know what I would have done, actually. I could do something like this, but then he can just connect, and I can't do anything. I would do this, he would do this, and I don't know what else I could do right there. I mean, all he has to do is really do this, and I think I'm pretty much dead at this point. I could try to kill this, but that's not going to be very successful. And I'm pretty sure all of you know there's basically no eye here. I mean, he can't do that. There's, where did I go? Yeah, there's basically no eye here if he just does this. I mean, then I guess this, but even that, you know, but even that, I mean, okay, that's successful, I guess, but there's still there's still a lot of stuff. There's still a lot of stuff here that can happen. So I think, like, his critical mistake was doing that, answering this move with this, Because there's no need to do this at all. I can't do anything down here. There's Aji there's Aji obviously, and there's a stone down here. But the way I see this game right now is if you don't kill my group, you've basically lost. You've given up way too many points down. You've given up way too many points down here to try to just like use this Moyo. And I've already broken so much of your territory over here that you just can't get enough territory to beat me if you don't kill my group. So at this point, doing this, not really worth it. Definitely not really worth it, because not worth that many points. Of course, I do this. I actually misread this. I, for some reason, like, missed the tiger's mouth here. I totally missed that. But this probably would have worked anyways, because he has to connect, and I have 2 eyes anyways here. So that probably would have worked regardless for me to actually make it. But, you know, like, since I've given up so much here, like, something like this might be enough to win the game for him. It would be pretty close. It would definitely be pretty close, but something like that might actually be enough to win the game, because there's still some Aji down here that I really would like to take care of. So that's definitely a better variation. He might not be able to kill the group in the center, but like doing this, obviously, doing this, that's definitely pretty good for me. I get to live. I break some of his territory down here. He gets this, but I still have this sprout right here, and this isn't clean. And then he does that, and I do that. I don't know if I should have done that, actually. But that breaks out his territory down here. He has to answer. That's not a great way to answer that, because that's Gote. That's 10 points right there that I can just take. He does that. I can't block, obviously, because if I block, there's obviously this move. And I have to go downward, and he gets a lot of territory up here, so that's not worth it. I have to do that. I have to extend down, of course. He blocks. I Atari first, and then I connect. That connection, I don't think this connection was necessary. That doesn't, that as far as I'm concerned. Oh wait, it does work. Never mind. Wait, does that work? I don't know if it does. Does that work? I mean, he connected, but what if he didn't connect? Just say he moves down here. Does this work? It doesn't, does it? Because you can just do this. Yeah, that doesn't even work. So there's no reason to connect. So in my opinion, there's no reason to connect here, because the worst that I could do, the worst I can do is break here, and that's like a couple of points right there. This is so much bigger than this. Like, I think both taking these stones and Haneing here is much, much bigger than this move here, this bit here. I might be wrong about that, but I don't know. I feel like it is. I feel like it is, because there's just not that many points in here. There's maybe like 4, 5, 6 maybe, and this is like 10 right here. And that's probably pretty close to 10 points as well, if you really look at it. And plus, this is also pretty big, so I don't think connecting was actually worth it. However, this actually might have been worth it for me to connect, because then I have to jump in the corner. And plus, then he can't break all my, like, this might have actually been just as big as this, but, you know, I didn't exactly know how many moves that was. I took the Hane in the corner, because I wanted to solidify my corner as well. There's still some Aji in here due to this move. He can't live, but there's still some Aji in there I don't like. That gets rid of all the Aji. Obviously, that's useless, because that's basically 2 or 3 points here. This move, if he actually had not done this move and maybe connected here, I think the game would have been pretty close, actually. Maybe fairly close, because he lost so many points there in the end. That's so many points there. That's useless, because I'm not going to answer that. So obviously, I take, I double Atari. But now, like, you know, he kind of has to take. Well, he doesn't. He still should have connected this or something. But he takes it. I get the 10 points. This actually came out okay for him, because he got the points here, but there's not that many points there, and this is so many points in here. This is obviously a huge mistake, because this is not Sente. This is Gote 1 point. I block. He takes. I do this. He has to do that. That was a mistake by me. I think that's a decent amount of points if he does that. That's maybe 5. I don't know how many points that's like 5 points, right? But this is much bigger than 5 points. So I should have actually just Hane'd right here. This was a bad closing by me. This is way more than 5 points, because like if I Hane here, I don't think I get any points, but I break so many of his. Like him Haneing gives him like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is like 6 or 7 points at least here. So I should have Hane'd there. So that's how the closing should have gone. I still won by about 7 or 8 in the end. I knew I was ahead because this side's too big and this corner got too big, and he doesn't have that much territory since I broke so much of his center. But the pivotal move, that changed this game, was him answering this. If he had just jumped out here, I would have been really, really hard pressed. If he just jumped there, I'd have been super hard pressed. I actually don't know what I would have done if he had just jumped there. I would have to create some Aji around here, and that would have been very, very difficult to do so, to say the least. So that was the game right there. That was definitely the game right there. Like this is very, very hard to deal with. This, I don't even know what I would do with this at all. I have no idea what I would do with this. Because he's not weak down here is the thing. I would probably have to do this to try to create some Aji, but that would be incredibly hard to create Aji with. I mean that. Oh wait, no, he actually has to answer this. But even if he does, it's so hard to create Aji here. Like, it's really, really hard to create stuff here. Yeah, there's not that much I can do here. Yeah, I'm dead there, but I mean, like, there's really not much I can do here. I'm not really sure how I can make this work. I mean, this leaves room for more Aji, obviously, but even that, like, I guess that does make it hard because, yeah, that's a move that people should know at this level, but I can't really make eyes here. That's the thing. I really can't make eyes here. Like, that would have been like, this would have been like the killer move, right? Like right now, that would have been the killer move. I think this would make it easier. I mean, that might make it. But I mean, even that, like, you see how hard this is? Yeah, this is like incredibly hard to make anything happen here. Yeah, you can't force it. Like, there's nothing I can do. I think I'm just dead if he does that. So that was definitely like, that's the one thing you need to be aware of. That's the one thing you need to be aware of. Like, if I just did this to make sure there was one eye here. I honestly just did this to make sure there was one eye here, and you don't have to answer that. I might have been better off just doing this, honestly. Might have been way better off just doing that. But then he does have the disconnect here. So, yeah, that was pretty much the game right there. That was definitely the game right there. I took way too big of a gamble right there. Way too big of a gamble. But yeah, the main lesson here was after he did that, you have to know how to sacrifice. You have to know how to sacrifice your stones. You have to know how to sacrifice your stones to make your eyes. Not the best way to do things, but definitely not the best way to do things. But like this combination right here basically won me the game. So his mistake and this combination right here won me the game. That's the gameplay that we were exploring. I probably didn't play completely correct here either. I'm like a kind of player that's like always greedy for territory generally. So I will take the stuff on the bottom. I'll definitely take the stuff on the bottom. I probably answered this wrong. I definitely should have answered this wrong because I already have a lot of territory down here. He doesn't have all that much. So when he invaded, I should have just jumped back. That was my mistake. There's really not much he can do. I mean, I guess he can disconnect here, but then this move is a thing. So he can't actually do that. I guess he could do this, but then he still can't really disconnect. Remember, like this is always a thing right here. And then he's dead, right? Going in the yeah. Like going in the reverse. So this kind of Tanuki, going in the reverse is always a thing. He doesn't have a choice. If he does this, you just do this. You get these two. He gets these three, but that's not a good exchange for him. So that's one of those Tsujis that you guys have to learn. As you know, if you're a lower Q player, that's what you have to learn. That was probably also too big. This honestly might have been the better move here. This honestly might have been the better move because this reduces his Moyo by a lot, and it still leaves me a pretty decent shape. Like, I think this was definitely stretching it. It's definitely stretching it a bit. But, you know, that was definitely stretching it a bit. But, like, once he did this, I shouldn't have done that either. Once he did this, I mean, I should have just jumped back. That was definitely a mistake by me because I forgot about that move. I don't know, like, once he did this, I was like, oh, crap, I don't know what to do. So, this was always a possibility. But that's not any better. So once he did that, I wasn't really sure what to do. But yeah, this was definitely the move here to make. I made a pretty bad mistake on that. So that was the mistake that could have possibly cost me the game. And I feel like, you know, when we first started this game, I feel like at this point, I might have just done something like, I might have actually just done something like this, or like pincer on this side for these three. Because I feel like, you know, I feel like if I kick here and he does that, that's way too redundant, and that isn't really that threatening. I mean, that doesn't threaten this stone. And like, you have to waste a lot of moves just to get this stone, and giving me so many senteis just to get that one stone, I just feel like it's not worth it. And then, of course, I take the corner. And if I was him, if I was actually him, at this point, I would have just given I would have done this as well. Actually, no. That's the wrong side. He did the wrong side. I would have actually blocked on this side. I would have done this as well, and just maybe like just take the corner here, but that would set me up pretty well. But he still has this invasion. Let's not forget that. That might have been okay for him, but it does give me this side, so it might have not been as good. So he blocked on this side. And of course, like, he blocked on that side, and then you gave me the big corner there. And it was a gote for you. This particular move is not worth doing. There's not much territory here, and this is very repetitive. Now, since he's done this, I don't really care about the stone at all. There's almost no territory here. Is Moyo? Sure. But the thing is, like, I mean, I could do this. But you still have a jump home. And I'm not going to do this because that's gote. So I don't think this was necessary at all. And that gives me sentei to do this, obviously. And doing this was just reducing his Moyo. So that was the game right there. I think he made a couple of early mistakes, and he made one big mistake here in the center while trying to kill my group, because he could have killed that big group. So hope you enjoyed this segment. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button, and I will be back next time.